Guys, somebody took our bus! Okay, not actually, but welcome to this episode. This is part 3 of our big painting marathon. Welcome to the channel. My name is Johnny. Reagan's over there. You'll see her in a bit. Our bus, Miles of Smiles, was right here when we left off, but he's since been moved, but just to the other side of the warehouse. So we got to get him back in here for third coat of painting Miles today. If you've watched either of our other 2 painting videos, you've seen that we've done a huge amount of Bondo and prep work to get it all done. Put a coat of primer on it, then put 2 coats of paint on it, and now today is the 3rd and final coat. I'm gonna get the bus moved over here, get him back into our mega painting booth here, and then we'll start talking some more. So we just saw the bus out in the light for the first time. And what do you think, Greg?
Well, it's a completely different color in the sunlight than it is in here.
It's very different, which,
For the worse.
It's just much brighter in the sun, obviously. But, that being said, we still do have a 3rd coat, which from the 1st coat to the 2nd coat made it significantly darker, and then I think this is gonna help as well. Reagan took a picture. I haven't seen it yet, but I saw it with my own eyeballs, and it's pretty blue. I think when it's not glossy, it's gonna help make it so intense too.
I'm looking at 2 different buses here. If anything, we're changing the damn color.
No. We can't, they're not doing that. Okay, well, we're gonna get prepping to get sanding here. So we can get this final coat on, and
maybe final coat.
Maybe we'll do another one after this to make it even darker. We'll see. A little bit of a whoa moment, but it's okay.
It's okay.
We're gonna get it to the point where we like it. And you know, right now, we have no idea what this next coat's gonna do. So all we can do is hope for the best and hope it's gonna make it nice and dark like we want it. But if not, then we'll figure out some way to darken it up more, or
paint it white again.
No. Greg loved it all white. All white is not exciting enough for me. But yeah, we're gonna get going here, get prepping to sand, get the scissor lift in here and everything. All right, well, we're gonna get going here.
Well, here we are again, guys. Back at it again with the 400 grit sandpaper. We took extra caution this time to really try and avoid any light spots coming through from the primer. All edges, corners, or rounded panels were done by hand, but we still found ourselves with a few light spots on the blue. Although not ideal, we were hopeful that this coat would still potentially be our last. Of course, after sanding, the whole bus was wiped with mineral spirits. Come on, you should know this by now. And now on to the 3rd coat. Although we thought a 3rd coat was going to be the end, we tested a spot with flattener before starting the coat, and it just wasn't going to cover the light spots enough. Despite the added work, spirits were high as we painted away and had some family members come visit the bus.
All right, people, we have been chugging along, and we have our 3rd coat on the blue, but, no flattener. If you've watched our other 2 videos, you know that we're wanting to flatten down this glossy paint. So we haven't done the white 3rd coat yet, but we did the blue already. There's still some light spots, and with the flattener, being that it doesn't cover as well with the flattener, meaning that the paint color isn't as thick, doesn't cover any imperfections or light colors showing through as well. We did a test spot and it really did not cover at all. So what do you know? We got to do another coat. It happens, people. This is what happens when you're buying a Skoolie, and we don't know how this paint's gonna act. We don't know what it's gonna do. We put it over a lighter primer than it was supposed to go over. So the fact that we're doing another coat, whatever. I mean, it's not the end of the world, and we could get really upset about it or be bummed out about it and be like, we have all this extra work to do, blah, blah, blah. But that's not what we're gonna do. We're gonna say, you know what? We learned this kind of paint. If you put it over a white primer, it's gonna take a couple of coats. Maybe that's something to be learned here is do a dark color, or if you're doing a dark color, use the right primer under it. I don't know that that's for sure the reason that we're having to do a third coat here, or if it's just because we're using a flattener, but I have a feeling that the light primer underneath has something to do with the fact that it's still coming through. Now with the third coat, it covered really well. There's maybe a few light spots in the back, in the very, very back, on the back cap, but other than that, it covered really well today. There's really no light spots showing through whatsoever. So I feel really good about coming back, and when we sand, not really many light spots showing through. Reagan's really worried about that.
I'm worried about the sanding.
Yeah, so obviously the sanding, is gonna bring some light spots through, but being that we've now put another coat over it, and the last coat eliminated some light spots from the first coat, after we sanded the first coat, I feel really good about when we come back and sand, really not getting many of those light spots, and we'll make sure it's a really nice sanding with that 400 grit again. We're gonna get to painting the white. Our Skoolie friends, Skoolie Livin' stopped by earlier. Chris and Sarah from Skoolie Livin' stopped by. It was great to get to meet them. We're actually gonna go check their Skoolie out next week, which we're super excited about.
The first Skoolie we'll see in real life.
First Skoolie in real life, which is kind of a weird thing to think, that we haven't even seen a Skoolie and we're just going at it. We're gonna get painting away here, but it's gonna be a fourth coat, guys, and that is what it is. We're learning as we go here, but we're gonna do this white. This white's gonna look fantastic after this coat. It already looks really good. Time to get back to work.
This third coat on the white had it looking oh so good. We can probably go ahead and thank Reagan for that. Just look how good of a supervisor she is.
Anyways, we're arguing about when she filled my beer. But behind us is a nicely third coated Miles.
Can you see?
Can you see? The white looks great. The blue looks great. A couple light spots in the back.
No, the blue looks really good.
Blue does look really good though. Really deep, nice color, just shiny. So we're gonna fix that with coat number 4. But we really don't know when that's gonna be.
I'm ready. I'm so ready to pull this blue tape.
Yes, that's the biggest thing.
I think it's throwing my brain off a little bit.
It's hard. It's
Of
just
what it's gonna look
all
like.
over. Hard to tell until the product's finished. So we're excited to get there. We hope you're excited to get there. But we will hopefully see you sometime before Wednesday. So stay tuned to see the final product.
2 weeks later.
What's up, everybody? It has been a minute and we have left you guys just stranded. We have kind of disappeared from our YouTube channel and social media for the last 2 weeks. Not really on purpose, but kind of because we spent some time with family, Reagan's family, my family. Labor Day and another weekend going up north, trying to fit in some last weekends up north. And we really didn't do any bus work. Miles has been sitting with this third coat for like 2 weeks now. So it's time to get him painted and get it done. So today is Saturday and I'm here with Nick. Maybe I have some more people coming later. It's time to get the fourth coat on, guys. We want to get this done and see the finished product. Get all this tape off. I'm sick of seeing this tape on here, which may be a little bit of a challenge. We'll see. That's where we're at, guys. Sorry we just disappeared for a little while. We don't mean to do that. It just kind of happened. Look at Nick having a blast. It just kind of happened, and that's going to happen sometimes. Hopefully we'll try and warn you if we feel like we're not gonna put out videos. Weekly videos is a goal, but sometimes it doesn't happen. I've been busy with work. A lot of other editing comes first priority before our video editing. So I think Nick and I are just gonna get to work here. It feels good to be back at the bus. It feels good to be back talking to you guys. And we're gonna get sanding, 400 grit sandpaper. Let's go. Okay guys, this is the big moment of truth. Well, not moment of truth because I think we're calling it as our last coat no matter what. As we were sanding, and as I probably am going to tell you in that time lapse, we were seeing some light spots. We're seeing much lighter spots than previously. Trying to sand everything smooth and stay away from places where we know maybe the bus is a little less even as far as the waviness of the outside and things like that. We tried, but there's still some light spots showing through in the blue, which I wasn't anticipating as many as came through, but what we're gonna try to do to mitigate that is I'm going to work ahead, not only work ahead with the flattened blue paint, but I'm also gonna work ahead with non-flattened paint and actually work a decent ways ahead with that. Try and make a really thin coat over where we need a little bit of thickness. We're gonna kind of experiment here, probably not the way you're supposed to do it, but we're very determined to make this our last coat. We're ready to be done painting. You guys are probably ready to be done watching paint videos, but that's the reality of it sometimes, and this is the way we chose to do it, and I think in the end, it's still gonna be a really good looking paint job. And we know it's gonna be an extremely durable paint job, being that we'll have 5 coats total of marine paint on here, so I don't think we gotta worry about it. It's just a matter of making sure everything looks pretty good. This is still a 20-year-old bus. We've got some body imperfections. We've got some not perfect caulk lines, whatever, but we're making it look good. So big moment of truth here. We're gonna get going and get cranking because it's already 3:30, so let's get to it.
Well, I was gonna shut up and let you enjoy the beats on this time lapse, but I remembered a learning moment. I'll shut up until I do it. Hang on. Right here. Nick and I worked from the bottom up on the back cap and stopped around the top of the door opening, as you can see. Nick left and I continued painting, but by the time that I got back to that line to blend it with the next section, the paint was too dry and too tacky, which, as you will see tomorrow, caused a noticeable line in the paint. Okay, another learning moment here. When I'm tipping the paint after I roll it, I found it really helpful to pull the paint past the section that you've rolled and don't just stop tipping at the edge. It helped get rid of any remaining roller lines at the end of the section, as well as get rid of any excess paint on the brush.
party people, I think we're calling it for the day, or I am. I'm here solo now. So you can see, he's not so shiny anymore. Nick had to head out before we finish our coat here, but I finished the blue the rest of the way around, and it's looking pretty darn good. It's definitely not so glossy. But one thing to note, I don't know if the camera's gonna pick it up. Oh, I just went and touched it. But I had mentioned that we were gonna go ahead and try and hit some of the spots with non-flattened paint to help cover some of the thin spots that were showing through. We were still getting some of that light white color that's coming through all the way from the primer. Still 3 coats later, still coming through. You can definitely see it. Obviously the flat paint has not dried, the gloss paint has not completely dried, but it's getting there, and it's pretty obvious that you're gonna be able to see the glossy spots. So I was very hopeful, but obviously putting a high gloss underneath something, even though it is flat, obviously it's gonna show through some. So it wasn't able to take down the glossiness all the way. It is what it is. I think if anything, I didn't do it on the other side. So on the other side, any light spots, I just left them. We'll go up and touch them up. We'll tape off an area, sand a very small area, and do it if we have to. So that's what we should have done over here, but we experimented, we learned, and we didn't do it on the other side. That's part of bus life. Part of building a bus is learning. So big, huge learning opportunity here, but we're getting very close to the final product, guys. I can't believe it. I'm ready for it to be done. You're ready for it to be done. I know you are. And even though he won't be done on his exterior, at least then we can see the final color and sheen and everything. But I mean, I think you'll be able to pick it up on camera. I mean, you can still see like some sheen, but it's way less glossy. And obviously it's got to dry yet a little bit, so that doesn't help, but it's way less glossy and cuts down a significant amount on there. So I'm gonna get cleaning up here. I left, you'll see his bottom is a completely different color. So Nick and I actually didn't do that as we made our way around. We totally forgot about it. But since we're probably gonna end up, I think, doing a second coat on this side anyways, I'm just gonna leave it because pretty much out of paint. Well, not out, but out of what I dumped, and I don't want to dump any more. We're just gonna leave that for tomorrow because we're coming back tomorrow. So that being said, I'm gonna get cleaning up, guys. Thank you so much for continuing to watch, and stay with us until tomorrow. I promise you the final review, and once we get Miles outside, will be worth it. So that being said, we'll see you tomorrow, guys. We might have success! Woohoo! What do you think?
It looks so good.
It does look good.
Oh, it's perfect.
Much better. And it's not even like totally done. So this side, we're probably not gonna put another coat on. We're gonna maybe touch up some light spots. There's some in the back here, it looks like. Yeah, there's some there.
Oh, it
Looks so much better. So much better. Look at that, just nice and... We'll probably redo the back cap, and it's got some light spots. And Nick and I, where we transferred yesterday, I let this part dry too much before I did the top cap, so we'll redo that. And this edge where I did yesterday, the glossy bits, so... And then this bottom panel where I didn't even do, but that won't really need any touch-ups, hopefully. But it looks, I mean, oh, there we go. There we go. It looks so good. All right, let's get this puppy inside. And... You excited?
What a relief!
You excited?
Very excited. I'm ready for it to be like done. The top white.
Yeah.
The other stuff we're doing.
All right, we're gonna pull him back inside. We just wanted to see him since we put the flattener on. And Greg, do I get to say I told you so yet?
Woo! Satisfied.
Do I get to say I told you so yet?
No.
Not yet?
Not yet.
Okay, I'm close. I'm really
it's
close.
Not perfect yet.
Okay, I'm close. But I think, and I told you so, is coming up. Let's pull the bus back in. All right, guys, we're gonna get rolling here with some more sanding. So here's what we've decided. We decided, since we're gonna have a wood accent piece, which I don't know if we've even told you guys yet. Yeah, we're gonna have something covering some, I may just drop that, but we're gonna have a wood accent piece. Maybe I will cut this out, I don't know, but I'm gonna say it anyways. There's gonna be something up here. So really we're only needing to sand from these like bolts down to here because this bottom part is already sanded because I didn't end up painting it yesterday. I knew we were gonna probably come back and come over the glossy bits today anyways, so left that. So we'll just have to sand a little bit here, the back cap because we're gonna redo that. And then on the other side, we're also just gonna do basically between the top bolt holes and where it meets the bottom body panel. So not the whole thing on the other side. So just trying to get it looking even and looking good, and we're excited. I think Reagan's got some renewed energy in her with this paint job after seeing that. So I'm gonna get going and help Reg.
All right, you guys know the drill by now. So I just want to say thank you to our awesome helpers on this big paint project. Nick, Caroline, my cousin Kev. This would have taken us about 5 times longer without your guys' help, so thank you guys so much. Now go ahead and enjoy some satisfying time lapse and some good beats.
peeps.
Oh, it's on.
It's on. Okay, check it out, guys. Miles is still blue, but
Not
he's
purple. It
darker.
looks purple right there.
It kind of does look purple in the picture there. Nice and matte, satiny finish. That pretty close to what we were going for, I think.
Yeah, definitely what we were going. What was in my head, at least.
Yep. So on 3, we're gonna say it, guys. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I told you so, Reagan.
You can't tell me yet. It's not dry.
You've been saying you're so happy and all that.
I know.
Yeah. So.
Also, you didn't tell me, so you assumed as well.
No, pretty much knew. So you guys know, Reagan's been very worried about how this paint color is gonna come out, how it's gonna turn out, the glossiness, all that. And what do you know? Another point in the book for Johnny. So we're very happy with how this is looking. We're not gonna give you a final shot yet. I think we're gonna come back this week. He's still pretty splotchy and just wouldn't look good if we pulled it out right. Well,
super splotchy.
it's just because it's drying. So
got some drip spots.
you know, it just doesn't look the greatest when it's drying. It looks uneven, things like that. So we're gonna come back this week and get a good picture, post up on Instagram, and throw in here and get you guys some good video clips. Obviously, as we've mentioned, there's still some exterior work to do, but huge step and painting is done.
I can't see my reflection.
Reagan can't see her reflection, which she's very happy about. So
that's what I needed.
Yeah. She can't see her reflection. Painting is done for now, and we can move on to bigger and better things. So thanks for sticking with us. We're coming back someday again before Wednesday, so we're gonna have another part to this video. So don't leave yet. There's more to this video. Don't know what it's gonna be, but You'll see right now. What's up, everybody? It is now Wednesday. Today, the day we're releasing this vlog. I'm here to get some final photos of Miles, check him out, see how the paint job's looking, and do a little bit of extra work. I had some time today to do some work, so I said I'll do some work before I get the vlog out this afternoon so I could get those final shots, which I'll put here now. So, pulled it out, and obviously the paint is a little all over the place. There's some parts that are clean, some parts that are dirty. You know, we didn't go all the way to the top, so it looks really splotchy towards the top by where we're gonna have a wood accent piece, but it's looking pretty good. Definitely some spots we're gonna have to touch up, try and figure out, but that's okay. It is what it is, we're learning, peeps. And the white looks fantastic. The blue is probably what we're gonna need to touch up. I think the white looks great. I've been here, starting to tear out some of this floor in the very front. So this is kind of the last of the destruction that we have to do, and we've been putting it off for a little while. But it's time to do it because I think our good friend Mr. Rust is hiding some more under here. So I think we're gonna have one last round of welding to do, which, you know, it's all right. I've been putting it off in my mind, and here we are, and that'll allow us to get our floor, one last piece welded into the floor back there. We can get the subfloor finished and keep moving forward here in the inside now that we're here. So I'm gonna keep tearing stuff out here. Probably won't talk too much today. Just wanna get to work and get things done. Do some talking over the time lapses, but let's get to work. All right, guys, so I've got most of this front area out. As you can see, I'm gonna show you some findings here. Pretty much what I was expecting and what I had seen from underneath. We've got this here, which is clearly very rusted out, and it's like this, it looks like it's just sheet metal and then maybe some sound deadening or heat material. I think it's right above the transmission, maybe. Yeah, it should be right above the transmission. So I don't know that it needs anything special. We may put some heat stuff there just to help, but that's definitely gonna have to get addressed. I mean, we may even just redo this whole sheet here to make it easy as possible. Obviously there's some more holes here, and then this beam here. Oh man. Yeah, this beam, can't probably see it too well, but this is very rusted out. This is wholly down in here. So we're gonna have to patch that or just replace this entire beam somehow. This one's solid. The rest of this is solid because it has this sheet metal protecting it from underneath. So it's really not very rusted. I mean, it's just dirty. You know, maybe the tiniest amount of surface rust you can see here, but other than that, this is good. I think it's just gonna be this front section we're gonna have to address, and then probably under the driver's seat. So I think I'm gonna go back to these bolts that I PB blasted earlier and start trying to get the seat out. Okay, everybody, we're calling it for a day. Well, me, Nick's been here, but he's been doing some other work around the building for my dad, but I'll show you real fast where we're ending up here. It's nice and dark in here, but got all this floor out, and look what we have revealed. We have revealed some Beautiful, just beautiful rust. Thank you, Nick. This on the driver's side, sheet metal that's going to need to be replaced, and one cross member over here. That's about it. I have revealed the lovely electrical mess we have here that we're going to get to deal with. So that'll be coming relatively soon, but kind of a random finish to this vlog. It was kind of our big painting vlog, right? But just kind of another thing we're doing here today, and I wanted to come see the bus as it's pretty much finished painting, besides some touch-ups. Just wanted to come see it, be able to show you guys, and get a little bit more work done. We're realizing that there's a lot, I mean, not realizing, but really feeling the pressure, even though our launch date is June of next year. Just thinking about all the things that need to be done is a little overwhelming sometimes, and has made us realize we need to get here during the week more often. And we were still doing it sometimes, but you know, weekdays when I can, weeknights whenever I can or we can, and getting some other helpers here. We've had a lot of people who've offered to help, so want to get some other people involved and get everybody working on the bus and learning some things. So that's it for this vlog, guys. Thank you so much. Thanks for being patient with us. We had a little 2-week hiatus. We'll get back on schedule here because we really need to start cranking with some bus work. And I also want to start making some other videos for you guys. Some videos that aren't necessarily just the build, maybe us talking about bus life, what we're looking forward to with bus life, what we've experienced with the build so far, that kind of stuff. So if you'd like to see that kind of stuff, drop a comment below, tell us what you'd like to see. But of course, the build is going to continue. We are going to continue. Miles has got to get finished by June, people, so we got a long ways to go. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to go ahead and subscribe if you liked anything in this video, or if you just want to support us and be a friendly face coming to our videos. So thanks again, guys, and we'll see you on the next one.